And for our personality in focus, Congressman Gary Alejano says President Rodrigo Duterte is creating more problems in the country instead of addressing them. He also clarifies that he has complied with the requirements of his amnesty application in connection with the Manila Peninsula and Oakwood incidents and tackles his insights on the current state of the armed forces. Here's Charlie Barredo to tell us why.
Magdalo Party List Representative Gary Alejano believes that President Rodrigo Duterte is creating more problems for the country instead of addressing them. Yesterday, the president seemed to have admitted that his only sin was the extrajudicial killings that boosted Alejano's previous public allegation. June 6 last year, Alejano, together with Senator Antonio Trillanes IV, filed a supplemental communication with the International Criminal Court in The Hague, saying it was time for the International Tribunal to step in and investigate President Duterte in his bloody campaign against illegal drugs.
Example lang, yung mga pamilya na libu-libong namatayan under the war on drugs, regardless whether they're guilty or not. Makakahanap ba sila ng hustisya sa pulis? Makakahanap ba sila ng hustisya sa Department of Justice? Hindi. Saan nila hahanapin ito? Dahil hindi sila makahanap ng hustisya sa loob ng konstitusyon, malaki ang posibilidad na hanapin nila ito sa labas.
On the issue on Trillanes' arrest and amnesty revocation, Alejano stated that he is not worried that he might be the next target of the administration because he has complied with the requirements.
Maliwanag lang ito na political persecution sa bahagi ng Pangulo.
The lawmaker stressed that the admission of guilt is already contained in the application form, where it is clear that he, the applicant, participated in the Manila Peninsula and Oakwood incidents. He, however, clarified that he cannot concede to the case of coup d'etat and rebellion.
Ang sinasabi kasi nila, hindi daw in-acknowledge yung kaso namin coup d'etat at saka rebellion. Well, we cannot admit that. No? Pinapaliwanag naman namin because those crimes were alleged to us. And crimes have elements in it. So you have to prove first that you've indeed violated those crimes. But definitely we have violated laws. Kasi mahirap yung sabihin, aminin namin yan, inallege yan sa amin yun eh. Pero kung may na-violate, yes.
The congressman also urged the armed forces to speak out so that the truth will prevail.
So ang challenge namin nga sa armed forces, marami sa kanilang weaknesses doon. Nag-execute ng affidavit ang former Undersecretary Honorio Escueta and the head of the Secretariat, Colonel Berbigal. They have received the application form. They processed it and they determined that it complied with the requirements. So, the challenge to the armed forces is, alam yung katotohanan. Kayo nagtatago niyan. Kayo lamang makapagpalabas niyan.
Meanwhile, the congressman surmised that corruption in the military has abated after their protests.
Nagiging open ang armed forces for investigation, nagiging open sila sa pagdinig ng mga grievances, hindi na yung bahala ka, maghintay ka na lang, no? So yung pabaon system, na-address din yan, and yung mga resources na pool lang sa headquarters ay na-download yan sa front lines, yung mga combat equipment and individual clothing, ay na-address, especially yung iconic na boots na ginagamit, ano? And then yung mga priority sa mga sundalong natamaan, yung housing program sa mga sundalo, yun lahat ay nalabas yun. We're not demanding loyalty from them because we want them to be loyal to the Constitution and to the Filipino people. Not to us or even to the President, because all the help that we are doing and giving to the armed forces did not come from our pockets. It comes from the Filipino people.
When asked if he believes that the New People's Army rebel force will be destroyed by next year, and if he thinks that the military has the capability to realize this, this is what the lawmaker had to say.
With the proper and focused national security policy direction, yes. But right now, nakikita ko, malabo siya. Sabog ang direction ng gobyerno. No? Hindi siya coordinated. The military cannot do it alone. Di ba? Kaya nagmang-martial law siya, binibigay lahat sa military, binibigay ng lahat ng attention. You cannot do that alone. You have to involve all the stakeholders, and we should address the root causes of the problems.
Notwithstanding what happened to those who have opposed the current administration, Alejano confirmed that his run for Senate in 2019 will still push through.
No, hindi. Ang aming pagtakbo, regardless of the situation, regardless of the surveys, hindi naman ho kasi kaming politiko.
Charlie Barredo, UNTV News and Rescue, Philippines.